Hello, everybody. Welcome to the FPS podcast. I have newfound homoerotic feelings for my co-host. This is
Tony.
This is Tony, and my name's Austin.
Austin, I got a little something for you in the spirit of Valentine's Day.
Oh, what's that? What's this?
I made you a card.
No way, a card I'm seeing for the first time on air live.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It says it's got like a. Can we flash a picture of on screen of what he drew? That's gonna get taken down. Okay, Tony. So I have a question. We got big questions here today.
Yeah, what's up?
So rom-coms.
Ooh.
Let's get into the gossip of it all.
Oh yes.
Let's bring out the pillows and the blankets and the hot and like let's get the phone and let's start dialing Trevor.
I hate boys.
I love I hate boys too. I hate boys too.
I hate boys.
They're so gross.
They smell weird
and have big muscles. And sometimes they take their shirts off in front of me.
Yeah, and they're musk.
And fuck.
And they glisten in the sun and sparkle. And then you ride their back in the forest.
But then your priest says that maybe the things you're feeling are wrong and sinful, and you learn to.
What are you referencing?
What am I referencing?
Yeah,
Third grade, buddy. Ryan Reynolds brought things out in Austin Kane that no man had ever brought out or woman had brought out previously.
I've been there. Have you seen Just Friends?
I have not.
The first 10 minutes when Ryan Reynolds is in that fat suit.
Oh.
And he's singing.
That's what does it for you, is the fat suit Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. Oh, he's got that nice lisp to him, too. He's got the retainer in.
Yeah.
Jamie. There's just something magical about it.
I don't think that's
really
magical.
Gets me going.
Tony likes men with lisps talking to him.
Well, aside from that. So, Austin, what are your top 3 rom-coms?
See, the thing is there's such a gauge in it for me. I have like a top 1 easily. Like as long as we're counting it, Mamma Mia is my number 1 by a long shot.
That's a very fair number 1.
Like purely because of ABBA.
Of course.
Purely because of ABBA. I'll be honest. That soundtrack, front to back,
phenomenal.
Oh my god.
That's just ABBA.
Yeah, I remember being in middle school, and they had a production of Mamma Mia in the middle school, which, by the way, kind of a crazy play to be doing in the middle school. But like
that is kind of a crazy play to be doing in the middle school.
Yeah, because like the girls like they like came out and they're like, but and then because like
dot.
Meryl
Streep kind of got around.
Yeah, Meryl Streep got around, if you don't know.
Yeah.
But they do this whole thing. So, yeah, like, it's a bunch of middle schoolers talking about who banged their mom.
Yeah.
But...
well, more of who hasn't banged her mom.
Well, who hasn't? Yeah, that is a bigger question.
I've been there.
I haven't banged moms either. So, but yeah, no, like, that's great, dude. Like you gotta think about, money, lay down your life, or lay down your love.
Lay down your love, yeah.
Fucking beautiful. Oh my god.
Take a chance on me.
I'm taking a chance.
You're tingling right now?
I'm taking a chance.
Ooh, yeah. I see you.
That's far beyond.
My number 1, if I had to pick a number 1 rom-com though, it's gotta be, I love a nice cringe fest, Yeah,
I mean that's a lot of it.
Nothing for me is cringier than probably Warm Bodies.
Nothing for you is cringier.
Warm Bodies. There's just so many scenes in that movie where I'm sitting there, I'm watching it, and I'm looking at the screen like, what the fuck is happening? When she showers the zombie, when she brings the zombie back to like Berkeley University with her, where her and the survivors are like camping out for some reason, and her and her friend shower.
I mean, what would you have done in that circumstance?
I would have done a lot more than just shower him.
No.
Have you seen him? What's his name? Editor. Put a picture of him there.
Of the zombie? What is the zombie's name?
Yeah, no, of the zombie. You know what I'm talking about. Or the undead, whatever they're called. Because they have like, there's like the zombie, and then they go full zombie, and then the full zombies, that's ones that actually eat people. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good one, though.
But there's worse cringy things. There's way worse cringier things than that. I mean...
let's take it to the list. We got a nice list here.
Yeah, we do.
There's a lot of cringe on this
Tall
list.
girl's the worst. Tall
Well,
girl's the
I feel like
worst.
you have to find a balance between.
No.
No, there's absolutely
The
balance
end of
between.
Tall Girl, he stands on a soapbox to kiss the tall girl.
Wait, when I say cringe, there's a line. When I watch Warm Bodies, I'm like, I love this. This is so bad.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
You ever kiss a girl that's like 6'2"? It's very easy.
I've never kissed a
by
girl,
the way.
period.
You ever kiss a boy that's 6'2"?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And is it easy? It's easy. You don't have to stand on a soapbox. That dude would have had to be like half the size for that story to be a good story. That dude would have had to be so marginally smaller than him, and she would have to be so marginally taller. It should have been like Clifford the Big Red Dog. It should have been like she comes in the room and she's like ripping the building off, the roof off the school to be like, I wear size 13 Nikes.
That movie is so bad. I watched 30 minutes of that movie and I couldn't stomach it.
Yes, that's worse. There's worse things than showering a zombie.
100%. But that movie, Warm Bodies, has charm to it. It's funny. It knows that it's a stupid movie.
Yeah.
But enough so where you can really enjoy it. But then you got some shit like The Kissing Booth. Excuse me. A school is running a student organization thing where other students can pay to anonymously make out with other students?
Yeah.
Run through the school? What?
What happened at your school?
Nothing that cool.
Nothing that cool? Come on.
It's just lame.
Yeah.
We had bake sales and trunk or treat.
There's a
Horseshit.
There's a point in like the rom-com script generation where they really start to lose the plot.
Oh yeah.
Like where it's gotten off the rails.
Wait, is To All the Boys I've Loved Before on here?
I don't think I've
it
heard
is.
of that one.
It's a Netflix one.
Tell me about it.
It's about this one girl named Laura Jean Covey.
Okay.
And she writes 5 love letters to these 5 boys.
Okay.
She's like 8 and doesn't show them.
Oh, and now all of a
then-
sudden she's like 30 or something?
No, and then she's like 17 and her sister sends them all to these 5 dudes.
No way.
And they made 3 movies about it and a Netflix series. And the Netflix series is awful.
But but you watched the first 3 movies, but you didn't
I
watch
watched
the
the
Netflix
first
series.
3 movies. The first 3 movies are awful in a different way.
Wait, but after the first one, they run out of the 5 guys, no?
No.
The 5 guys.
5 guys. But here,
Sponsored by 5 guys.
where's our Prime sponsorship?
down there.
Where's our Prime? But what they were smart with it. In the first movie, they only brought back like 3 of the boys. One of them ended up being her gay best friend. The other guy just was there for like a scene and never showed up again. And then the third guy, they fell in love. And of course, he's like the popular jock.
Yeah, of course.
And she's like a shy, nerdy girl.
Second movie?
The second movie, the other guy comes back from like spring camp or like summer camp. And it's I don't fucking remember his name.
Does he contest the first guy?
John Ambrose. Thank you, Ghost in the Shell. John Ambrose, though. You know? And in the 5th movie, she's like going to Korea or something. And then they need to like break up, but then they don't break up.
So did she stay with the same guy throughout all 3 movies?
She said with the same guy through all 3 movies.
So then what's the fucking point?
Exactly.
I want to see, can we get a series of rom-coms where the main character is just a slop fest? Where they're just the worst. Like, I want them to be like, I don't want their relationships to get better. I want them to get worse. Like, I want them to fall in love in the first movie and you're like, wow, what a sweet romantic love story. And then the second movie comes around and you're like, wow, that dude's a total douchebag. And you're like, damn, she's really falling off the wagon in this one. Like, I can't believe she's going for that guy. Then in the third movie, she hits rock bottom.
Okay.
And it's like, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
But then she meets a trash rat who's even worse.
And then she falls in love with the
But
trash
man,
rat.
I want a de-escalation of
That. Have you seen the movie True Romance?
Is that what that is?
Kind of. It's about this couple, complete white trash, who finds like a huge amount of cocaine.
Okay.
And they like go on this like trip across America, and they end up getting like shot at the end of the movie.
And they end up falling in love because of it.
Well, they've been in love, but like, what's
it
his
even
name?
a rom-com?
Christopher Walken kills them.
I want to see new people kiss each other. Seeing old people kiss, yeah, whatever. You
No,
know?
they're not old. They're like.
I mean,
20s.
just like after
Yeah,
you
fuck old people.
after you've been
Get
together,
out of here.
after you've been together for like a year, like a year's time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see you kiss anymore. Actually, after you've been together for 2 weeks, I don't want to see you kiss
Yeah.
anymore. I want these people to have never interacted in their life. They're going all out on a string.
Mhm.
Like that's the beauty of it.
You're doing too much. You're doing way too much.
Yeah, I mean, there's I'm not gonna say there are times though where it's like very drawn out and like it pays off.
Mhm.
Like there are some movies that like
Titanic. Wrap it up, dude. We get
my
it. The
God.
big boat sinks. Whatever, Rose.
I king of the world?
You're too fat to move off that piece of wood. We get it. God, dude.
I don't believe that they couldn't have alternated. Were you fooled at the end though by the old lady?
I was fooled at the end.
I thought that was the real fucking article.
Yeah, me too.
I thought that was the real thing.
I got hyped.
Yeah,
But no.
dude. When I saw like, cause it comes in and she's like in a rocking chair and she's like, I remember the Titanic.
7 years.
It's just it's coming back to me right now.
Yeah, some shit like
The
that.
water's getting colder, Leo, and like stuff like that.
She's like, hate me now. the guy filming's like, what do we do?
Why is the car fogging up, guys? And then like like stuff like that. But like when she's saying all that shit, I was like, wow, what a heartwarming true story the Titanic was. Then you find out the whole thing was bullshit.
Yep.
You find out it was all bullshit.
All fake.
All fake.
And then what is it? The number 2 like grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, what's up with that?
More than number 2 grossest movie of all time.
Grossest, there's sex in it.
Vom.com.
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 Rated 0 booms out of 5.
Thumbs down.
That's a doom.
That's a doom, not a boom. Anyways, though, what is your favorite and or least favorite rom-com trope?
I feel like I've already. Okay. First of all, I don't like meet cute things at all. I think it's a cop out. I think
fair.
I don't really like it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's boring. Come on.
It's boring.
Meet cute isn't even like a good term.
It's not.
It's like they meet and it's cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the jock like helps the girl like pick up her books and they look at each other and they're both like,
Yeah, like fuck off. You know what I
That's
mean?
dumb.
Look at you two people being happy. You know what I mean?
Fuck you guys.
But like, I'm a big fan of when they're not happy at all. Like I like an enemies to lovers thing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's just like when I was a child, I needed that. You know what I mean?
That pure rage.
Yeah. Like I wanted to be pissed off and then be like, oh, I hate you. Oh, let's like fall in love under a beautiful sunset together. You know?
Okay, I get that. I follow that.
Yeah.
Now, for me though, I really don't like the slow burn thing, where it's like stupid external bullshit gets in the way of two people, and then it's like 10 years, like 13 going on 30. I love that movie.
Hey, you were just telling me how much
I
you
love
like
that
it.
movie so much, but I think it's so dumb that this girl needs to like fast forward like 17 years in the future, realize first of all she's fucking a New York Ranger,
Yeah.
dumps him, whatever.
As a New York
Besides
Ranger,
the
I
point.
forgot about that somehow.
Besides the point though, and like for her to realize like she's supposed to be Mark Ruffalo, and I'm happy though because he stood on business. Originally, he's like, I can't be with you. I'm gonna marry this other girl. Shout out Mark, right? But.
Wow. So yeah, shout out Mark. You know the thing is though, Tony.
What?
What's
up?
I just think
What's
that it's
up?
bullshit.
I think everything. This is all bullshit.
I think it's bullshit.
You're bullshit. You're good. You're bullshit.
You know, that's just how it happens. Rom-coms, I think if you had to boil it down, in essence, are bullshit, and it's whether or not you want to eat it. You know what I mean?
I love rom-coms though. I mean, how can you not?
Oh, bro, even the great ones though, it's like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh,
Truly,
yeah.
what the hell is happening?
There's always some bullshit in a rom-com. Bullshit in a rom-com.
Tony,
Austin.
Tony, my man. You have all of these opinions about why these movies are bullshit.
Of course.
I'm just gonna say immediately, do you think they've gotten worse? Do you think it's gotten worse? Because when we were on the topic of the Disney Channel originals, one of the main arguing points was they might have not gotten worse. We just got older. The thing is that's not applicable here. Like this is just a genre of film that people decide to make.
Yeah. See, and these also have a lot more budget, more time. Actual actors.
They don't, yeah.
So I feel like it really depends. Because if you look on some of the movies that we have here on this list, some of these movies are great. Other of these movies, though, are awful. Like, I'm just going to call out a few. The Fall Guy.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Way to take a Fall Guy.
That movie just took me out.
Yeah.
But then you get other movies like Enchanted, Peak, Thank You Very Much, or Crazy Rich Asians. That's a great movie.
Crazy Rich Asians is really, really good.
That's a great movie.
That movie is actually really good.
And that was in 2010. Same with Warm Bodies.
Crazy Rich Asians is one of those movies that, like, I thought going into it, I remember putting it on and being like, wow, this is going to be some ass. And it was, like, surprisingly one of the most consistent rom-coms I think I've seen.
That's great. But then you get movies like Booksmart.
Booksmart?
Booksmart.
I've never even seen an ad for Booksmart.
I don't like Booksmart. In my opinion, Booksmart wants to be super bad so badly.
Like they're trying to capture the cringe magic.
They're trying to just capture. They just want to make super bad again.
Oh, whoa, really?
Yeah.
That's Booksmart?
And it's...
I know Booksmart! Oh, Booksmart is trying to be super bad on a level.
Booksmart is bad in my opinion. I remember I saw it and I was excited for. I think one of the things they said in the trailer too was from the creators of Superbad.
Yeah, they did. Because they love to market that stuff.
They love to market that shit. Because they take a movie that like you see it and you love, and they try to throw that somewhere in there and be like, made by this person, but then it's bad. But I don't know, because as time goes on, I feel like we get just the slog just becomes so much greater with all these like different axes of movies like Paramount Plus, Netflix, YouTube movies.
Oh yeah.
You know, then you got your movies that come out in cinema, like the movie theaters and stuff, right? And like so few of those are good, and so many of them are just so bad.
You know what almost irks me more?
What irks you more?
Is the ones that are like self-aware that the industry has pushed out slop, so they try to be like, oh hey, we're different because we're making slop, but we know it's we know it's a Hallmark, like it's like a Hallmark-esque movie,
like
kinda.
Hot Frosty.
Yeah, exactly like Hot Frosty. Is exactly what I was gonna say. That movie is Netflix trying to be like,
you see what we did? We know we're trash.
We know you guys.
We know what you want.
You know you guys want the movies
and
with the fucking.
It gets me every time.
Yeah, I mean, I totally watched Hot Frosty.
Oh, I totally watch Hot Frosty.
Yeah.
With my sister, believe it or not. She shows me all these movies.
Yeah, half of Hot Frosty is literally Frosty the Snowclaw streaking in public.
It's the half, I'd say like 3/4.
You'd say 3/4?
I'd say 3/4.
Yeah, and then he always like goes outside shirtless and he's like cleaning the roof off, and then like a grandma will pull up into the driveway and they'll be like, oh my god, Frosty, you're so hot. And he'll come down and he's like he doesn't know what's going on.
Isn't he like a week old in that movie?
Yeah, he's a child technically.
Did they not ever like? Does he have genitals? Was that ever brought up?
Yeah, he has a penis and balls. He does totally. He's totally kitted out down there, dude.
Oh.
And they made that shit function.
Oh.
Like they whoever sculpted it was looking at like the statue of David when they sculpted the statue of Hot Frosty.
So super small.
Well, they took a little bit of liberty with the statue of David.
That is true. That is very true.
You know, because it's, you know what they say, go big or go home.
I mean, that is true. That is true, though.
That is true.
But while we're talking about our rom-coms, though, if you, my sweet, were to be in a rom-com, what would you call your movie?
What would I call it?
Yeah, what would you name your movie?
Okay, verb, noun. Whoa, adjective, noun. Adjective,
Ooh.
noun. Because we gotta talk about some super spy. The thing is, some of them have good names. I'm gonna go back to Mamma Mia. Great name.
Great
That's an
name.
amazing name.
Phenomenal.
But that's like actually a tagline. When you were talking about
That's a
Booksmart,
song.
Booksmart is a pretty shitty name, but I can understand why they made it.
I understand it because it's supposed to be like two nerdy girls who are just trying to like find their way, like their last week of high school, trying to get some play and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It
Oh.
sucked.
I mean, do you have like a? You could always go for like some basic shit like Playmaker, which is probably a movie that already
Yeah.
exists.
I
but
bet
I'm not
you.
doing that.
I bet you Playmaker probably exists.
I
I
would-
bet you somewhere. They made that new stupid rom-com movie with Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Where the murder one.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I didn't watch it. No, you
No,
watched it?
I did.
Why?
I'm a big fan of Glenn Powell.
Oh, well, I mean, it wasn't good. I heard.
It was not good.
Yeah.
It made me very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Anyways,
did anything like anything good at all in that one?
Glenn Powell.
Is he like actually good in it? Because sometimes.
It's Glenn Powell.
Okay, I mean, I've definitely.
I
watched
wouldn't
movies
call him.
like that.
I wouldn't call it his peak performance. I'd call it a Glenn Powell movie, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a line though where, like when we were talking earlier about like tropes and everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm watching movies that aren't even rom-coms, and I'm like, they are enemies to lovers. Like, I'll just insert it.
I feel like so many movies, besides just rom-coms, have like always have like some sort of romance B plot, like Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know,
Captain America and the
Lord-
Winter Soldier.
Lord of the Rings. Exactly.
You can't tell me that wasn't about a man trying to hype up his boyfriend.
Oh, of course it was.
You kidding me?
100%.
You fucking
Yeah.
serious right now?
Yeah.
Oh, Bucky, look into my eyes, Bucky. Bucky, this isn't you, Bucky.
Bucky,
Come
this isn't like you.
I know
Bucky.
everybody else calls you the Winter Soldier, but to me, you're just good old Buck. Like, come on, bro. Kiss already. Come on.
Dude, it's just so many movies have these like romance plots. Well, except for a few, like Home Alone. It would be weird if Home Alone had a romance plot.
You could argue that the Wet Bandits are,
That they're the wet bandits for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
And then they turn into the sticky bandits.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you might be onto something with that.
What do you mean sticky bandits? What are you talking about with that?
Home Alone 2.
Yeah, but like what's like you said it more than one way. Like, I mean, I got it, but I just want you to like if I didn't get it, like what would you say to like make me get that?
Like they come.
Ah!
Oh shit! Sex.
That's what happens in Hot Frosty.
A lot. That's why he's Hot Frosty. But what would your sorry, we got a little sidetracked there.
Like what would my name be?
What would that would
No, like my
Austin.
rom-com. Like,
Yeah, what's your
movie name.
rom-com movie name?
I would want a movie about
Teens.
No, I want it to be about grimy work conditions. I want it to be called Gold in the Mine, and it's about two mine workers. It's about two mine workers.
You work 48-hour mine shift.
Yeah, they work together, and one of them towards the end of the movie, they start hearing the canary go, and they're like, "Oh no, I can't! Like only one of us can make it out of here." Whoa! It's called Switcheroo, and it's about a guy and a love interest who like have to be like he's like, I have a test to take. You have a sports game, but we can't be at two places at once. What if we switch places?
I
And
like
then they fall
that.
in love.
I like that a lot. Did you hear that random noise?
Yeah,
Yeah, it must have been a ghost. Anyways,
must have been.
must have been. If I were to, I was thinking of this while you were talking about your coal mining idea. What if it's called deep exploring?
Oh, what are they gonna explore?
First they explore the ocean, then they explore each
Each
other.
other?
Bingo. And it's like they go down to the Mariana Trench. It's like a scientist and like an engineer. Like they hate each other.
The girl's name is Coral, by the
The
way.
girl's name is Coral, and her
Yeah.
dad's like the head scientist there, and he disapproves of the coal working boy, but
Yeah.
he's like the best engineer on the job. And then they go down there, and also, oh no, we can't get back to the surface for a week. God, I
Yeah,
hate
and then it's
spending
like what
time
happened to
with
that
you.
like billionaires like
Yeah.
submarine where it's sort of like like in the third act.
The second thing,
It's like the pressurized can sort of.
Yeah. But like while they're trapped down there like in the Mariana Trench or whatever, she's like, wait a minute, you also like Pokemon? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, wait a minute, you also breathe oxygen? And she's like, yeah. and then they fall in love.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's beautiful.
The sequel to the movie is called Fish Out of Water. They mutate and they live underwater now.
And then they become fish, and that's why. And then it turns into Aquaman.
Yeah.
That's their
Exactly.
That's their kid.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
You have to have a cinematic universe with all of this. If you don't have
If it's not a cinematic universe, you're not doing hooray. This has got to be a whole 10-phase plan.
I want cinematic universes. I want Funko Pops. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. This is basically the Marvel episode right now.
This is basically the Marvel episode. We're bringing it back to lunchboxes, Funko Pops,
Yeah.
Wojaks.
Like what?
Editor, put a picture of Wojak here.
Yeah, and then
Any Wojak. I just like Wojaks.
and then put a picture of a Funko Pop here.
Yeah, put a picture of a Wojak.
In case people don't know what a Funko Pop
In
is.
case you live under a rock, you don't know Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Thank you, editor.
Go to a GameStop. You'll find no games. They only got Funko Pops now.
How much you want for this brand new game? I'll give you $5 of game credit.
Yeah, and then you get to a half a Funko with that. I'm just saying, like, it's bad. It's bad. There's a level, but like the mass production of it all. I mean, when was like the last time that I feel like rom-coms are at a danger point where I can't remember the last time I saw one and I was like, haven't seen a good rom-com in a while. There's always a healthy supply. Like, it's kind of like an all-you-can-eat buffet in a good way and a bad way.
Now, what I feel about rom-coms, Austin, is when I go to like a Chinese buffet, you know, or an all-you-can-eat buffet, like whatever bullshit, right?
Oh, sure.
There's always gonna be some food where I'm like, no, the whole experience, you're just like, I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine, you know? But rom-coms lately, though, I feel like I've been more like McDonald's or something, where it's like...
You go because it's like pretty much what you expect.
It's exactly what I expect. Like when I rewatch like Warm Bodies, Just Friends, Mamma Mia, I'm in for a guaranteed good time. But when I try a new rom-com, though, I know exactly what I'm getting myself into, like automatically.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I think it totally does. But I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing either. I think rom-coms are one of those things that like you can healthily pump out, and there's still like a level of sincerity to it. Like, it's always cheesy, but then like when it gets to the end, you're always like, like no matter, you have to be a real bitch to watch like any rom-com, even if it's dog shit, and get to the end and then be like, like the only time that's ever happened to me was honestly Tall Girl. I thought that was
Tall Girl was a really hard sit.
Yeah.
That one was rough.
That was like watching that
was painful.
Felt like pulling my fingernails out.
Yeah, but like in general though, rom-coms are like, it's the cringe is what makes them fun. But there are exceptions where it's just like bad.
Yeah, but there's a good level. There's a good level to cringe.
But though with Valentine's Day coming up very soon though, you know.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. What is a rom-com that you would recommend for a perfect date night to our little innocent viewer out there who's never even held hands with someone, if you will?
Romeo and Juliet, because hey, you're not watching that shit. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
You're not watching that. Come on.
If you watch Romeo and Juliet, you're in for a good time.
It actually is pretty good,
and I'm not talking about the movie.
Oh, I mean, it's a pretty good movie, too.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I've always been
I've
been too distracted every time that movie comes up.
There's a weird selection of people in that movie, but, you know.
Oh, I'll probably have to give it a watch. Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Yes.
For me though, what is one of these? Which one of these?
Like genuinely, because the genuine answer is probably watch Crazy Rich Asians.
That is great.
Like if you want like a genuine good rom-com, I would recommend Crazy Rich Asians. If you haven't seen Mamma Mia, then I don't know where you're living.
Ooh, but 50 First Dates though is great.
Yeah.
I love, like, Adam Sandler's, like, the same in every movie, but 50 First Dates, you gotta give it to him. It's
Sometimes Adam Sandler does good. I mean...
In his older movies, he does good.
I would say, like, what was that movie he made, Hidden Gems? Is that what it was called? Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
He did a fine job acting in that.
My final answer, though, if you want a movie where you're guaranteed to have a good date night, Teen Beach Movie.
You... Don't bring up Teen Beach Movie again.
What sad story?
Yo, they call my bed the Teen Beach. They call me.
Wait, no,
wait.
not. We're not ending another episode on that. Watch Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia is also
Here
great.
we go again.
Here we go again. Will you be my Valentine?
Yeah.
Don't tell your girlfriend.
I will. I
No,
will.
don't.
It's gonna be like a polyamorous thing.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna be a polyamorous thing
Yeah,
now?
she can watch.
She can watch. There's a cuck chair for a reason.